USA? You're in USA.
I'm so happy.
USA, baby.
Finally.
USA. Are you crying?
Micheal has officially made it to the United States, which I am shocked, especially with the scamming and the alleged, is this trying to kill me with the life insurance? But for me, he didn't even seem that excited, which I'm not expecting him to get down on his knees and thank this woman who's abused him, and it took 7 years of abuse him to get here.
It seems as though she expected him
to kiss her feet.
To bend down, kiss her feet and
jump
the
up and
floor.
down. Yeah.
Jump up and down, be exceedingly grateful that he was here in the US, even on the car ride. Ugh, I tell you. And Micheal seemed tired. You know, it was a long trip. He's probably not used to that long a trip.
And then also he can't even go inside
gracious.
the house because she hasn't even told her grandkids.
Or her daughter, she has to go in first and get them prepared. So, and you know how Skylar is. And you know, Micheal, when you go, they just nod your head and don't say nothing. It's like, oh my goodness. So the craziness I went through over there, I gotta go through the same thing here.
Well, I don't know what Micheal would expect. When you're with somebody like Angela, you think that it's going to get better? If she was acting a plum fool in your country with your African men around and all that stuff, what makes you think that she's going to be well behaved in her own country where, you know, there's more freedom? Like, she is going to be a raging bull. But the only bright side is that, you know, foreigners, it seems like when they come to America, they have more rights because you have somebody who has to pay for you for 10 years. You can't call the police. There is this thing in society where I think some men are getting tired of women. So you have the police on the man's side now if you are in a domestically violent relationship. So, you know, it seems like Micheal might be safe. Micheal just might be safe in America. But I just think it's really a shame because I feel like he's going to be going through even more hell, you know, in America with Skylar and then all them baby kids and then also the, you know, her daughter who is a convicted child you know.
Is that daughter out?
Yeah, she lives at home. They just don't show her on the show. She actually lives in the house.
Really? Also,
and I think she has had, 10 counts of that.
How is she there in that house with the kids?
Me no Faru.
Because you should not be in the same house with children if you're convicted, you serve time. How are you in the house? Did somebody report it yet?
I don't know.
I mean, we live in TC.
Anyway, allegedly, all these things are alleged.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, Micheal, good luck, brother. I don't know why. I would have backed out of this thing a long time ago. Me staying with this woman 7 years in, being consistently abused and being
he made it to
embarrassed.
America.
Is it worth it?
He can go on his chat and say, I made it to, hey, I am here. I made it to
Paradise. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm very grateful
I
for the
look
country
forward to seeing what this whole thing gonna bring.
Nothing but more wahala, if you ask me.
But wahala, we haven't used that word in a long time. It's going to be wahala.
Hey! So, but good luck,
but
my brother-in.
Now, let me tell you something. You know, I always wonder, like, it doesn't seem to me as though the foreigners in this 90-day fiance realize that they have the power once they get that K1 visa and they're here.
Yeah, they don't.
One, your American spouse cannot kick you out of the house.
The government can sue them.
If you're not domestic, now, the only way they can kick you out of the house is, and even with that, you know, the only way they can kick you out of the house if they say, okay, a crime has been committed. You hit them or something, right? But if that hasn't occurred, they can't kick you out of the house. You guys need to start using your words when the police come and say, look, this person brought me here. I have a K1 visa. Okay? Where am I going to go? This person is responsible for me for the next 10 years. You're not allowed to just kick them out of the house like that. No, you're not. So stand your ground. They don't want you to let them leave.
Yeah. Anyway.
Don't just let them come and kick you out of the house and you're roaming the streets of America that you don't know.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't allow them to do that. You sit down since they were the one who brought you here. And let me tell you, I think immigration has gotten quite tired. They're getting tired. That's why I'm telling all Americans, especially American women, because that's what I'm caring about right here. American women, I mean, you really have to make sure that the person that you're marrying, you really believe in them. I mean, I will advise, and I think I've already advised American women not to marry men who need a green card.
You sure have.
Don't go marry no man who need you to bring them over here with a K1 visa. I have already advised American women about that.
Yep.
Okay? Now, you don't listen to my advice. Well, guess what? Myself and immigration is getting quite tired of American women going overseas, marrying a foreigner, only for her to come back in a year or so complaining. And, oh, I got to report my spouse because, they fooled me. Even immigration is getting tired of that. And this is why they have put the whole 10-year thing there. That, because they're hoping that will be a deterrent.
Yeah.
That will be like the American woman will sit down and think and say, do I want to be responsible for this individual for the next 10 years? Look at Chantel. Even though Pedro working, probably on a good day, sometimes making more money than her with his commission when he sells those homes.
Yeah.
She still got to pay for him for the next 3 years.
Ain't that some stuff?
Even though now that they're divorced, because after he paid his 7-year due, he was allowed to divorce her, but she still got paid for him.
At least it's only 3
That
years
is a
left.
deterrent. You know how pissed I will be if I gotta pay for this fool after he done deceived me. And you know Pedro deceived her because you know what? As soon as the 7 years were over,
He was out.
even prior to that, 2 years prior to his 7-year time up, he started putting things in place, started being an ass. All of a sudden, she got to cook and clean. And she's a whole nurse, who works 3 days straight. And then she got 4 days off. But anyone who has worked that shift, I'm telling you, you need 2 days, a day and a half, just to rest. You really only have 1 day because you need a day and a half just to rest and then another day and a half before you go back in. So you just have that 1 day to do whatever it is that you want to do. And he wants to complain. And she's bringing in all this money.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? After
Yes.
5 years, he started putting her through hell, refused to have any children with her because he knew that he was on his way out.
Yeah.
All this time, putting money aside, can you imagine probably sending money overseas all those 5 years?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Making sure his family was straight. She had no idea. Can you imagine sleeping with a whole enemy?
That's why she cried like she did on that show.
Yeah, when you realize all this time I'm here saving my womb, waiting on you, and you have no intention, none whatsoever. You waited out your 7 years and you went ahead and divorced this woman so fast, and she still got to pay for you.
It's sad. But
this is the deterrent that immigration has put out there, okay? Hoping that American women will get some sense in their head and really be careful who they choose.
Yeah.
But
sometimes the issue is, it's like Scissor said,
Listen.
sometimes I get so lonely I forget what I'm worth. You know? Sometimes you get so lonely that you forget your worth.
Let me tell you
Like
something.
you waste your time with people who aren't worth your time.
When you are lonely, when you are bored,
Desperate.
you are at your most creative. This is the time you sit down and you get to know who you are
Yeah.
and get to know what you're passionate about. That is not a time to go find somebody.
No. Hell no.
When you're lonely and you think you're lonely, that is yourself wanting to make connection with you.
Yeah.
That's why. Because you are not connected with yourself. So yourself is crying out to you. That's not the time that you go to go find somebody to come and help this yourself here be like whole. You gotta be whole with yourself. You understand? But it's like you can't stand yourself. You don't want to be with yourself.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of issues that this one hasn't come together to fix. But you want somebody else to come do the work. And you wonder why that person come and flee. Because you haven't gotten understanding and got to know yourself. You understand what I'm saying? What is going on? You laughing at me? I'm trying to tell the people.
Yes, so Titi. Yes.
So whatever.
No, but
Do you all understand what I'm saying?
Konnichiwa. You have to focus on the
don't know what
inside. I think it means peace in Chinese, I think.
Girl, don't have people from China insulting us up in these streets.
Anyway, but yes,
Yo, tell us
so
what konnichiwa mean, girl.
I don't know how to spell that word. I only know English. Anyway, but we'll see you guys on the next video.
Yes, you.
Good luck, Michael. Keep hope alive, brother.
Michael, I don't want to say you're my brother because the way you are moving with all of those things that you are doing, I don't know.
American anyway.
So I don't even about to tell you keep hope alive, brother, because some
Well, that's your
people.
African brother. You
Oh
know,
hell no!
y'all go from West Africa.
Not all people who are from Africa, my brother. Listen, you're my brother if you are walking the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Bye,
You're
y'all.
my sister if you're walking the right path or you're doing the right thing or
Yes, so.
you have proper human behavior.
Yes, so.
You are being civilized or
Yes, so.
you got some class or
Yes, so.
and you know what class means?
Nice.
Having hello.
Yeah, get a snap.
Oh, now you want to do stuff. But let me tell you something. You ain't got no class. You ain't my brother. I don't care where you from. You could be from my same village, from the same inside the salon, inside the Ghana. I don't care. You understand? You can be my brother and you can be living in Russia. Well, okay, maybe let me not say Russia because I don't want some people to say it's a problem. You can be living inside what country that America don't have problem with. You can be living inside Australia. You are still my brother. You understand?
Yes, so.
You are still my sister. You understand? It all depends on the character for me. The spirit inside here. You hear me? So you're acting the plumb fool. You're not my brother. Like that guy, that one we're about to come and talk about. What's that boy's name? The one who was crossing his legs with the lavender glasses.
The longest shorts. Yeah,
He
it's
my
all that
brother.
fool.
Okay. All right.
See y'all in the next one.